Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Print Storage here, and today I have the pleasure of going through the 2025 Subaru Forester Limited in the crystal white pearl with you. Now, Limited is one step under the absolute full load Premier, but for all intents and purposes, this is the fully loaded mid-size crossover from Subaru with that boxy SUV styling that the Foresters always had. Now, how can you tell that it's a Limited just from looking at it? Well, you've got the gray highlight, long hexagon on the bottom there. You've got 18-inch alloy wheels. They're exclusive to this trim. And gray is kind of the highlight color on the exterior. Nothing overly flashy. We've got that gray hexagon with hexagon texture. And you're gonna see a lot of hexagonal design language in the Forester, like that grille, large hexagonal, and it is gray painted metallic. Kind of hard to tell in the shade, maybe there in the sun a little bit more. 25 is a redesign, so you do get those new, smaller, more angularly, aggressively styled headlights. There are, of course, LEDs that are steering responsive and have high beam assist. I had some people concerned, primarily with the previous gen Foresters, that the headlights are physically smaller, like the housing doesn't look quite as large. They were concerned about the amount of light they would cast. I can tell you that after some night driving, these cast far more light, have a wider field of view than the previous gens, which is a huge positive. We've got the new style LED fog lights. They don't look overly impressive during the day and on camera, but when it's dim out, definitely an aggressive look to it. It's powered by a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine, 180 horsepower. It's running 0W16 oil, and it's actually down 2 horsepower from the previous generation. Not noticeable in a daily drive by any means. We've got that gray painted mirror cap here. And again, this is an elongated hexagon along the bottom, hexagonal texture in it, gray hexagon. So the highlights, and I'm hesitant to call them highlights, but that's probably the best word to use to describe them. They don't stand out, they don't jump, but they are there. They've moved some of the badging off of the rear hatch. This is gray. I don't know if the camera's picking it up in the shade, but that is gray. The fuel door is a rear passenger side. It's tied to your driver door. If your driver door is unlocked, the fuel door is unlocked. Driver door is locked, that's not gonna open. Just running regular, unleaded, nothing fancy. New taillights, you've got the word Subaru and half of a hexagon, and it goes through here. We've got this black painted metallic strip that has your logo in it, all the way to the other side where you have the other half of a hexagon. So design language, it's consistent throughout the car. We have Forester debossed on the rear hatch, which is really nice. I like that. It's something you see on a lot of vehicles now, specifically Tacomas and F-150s. The one badge that they do have from factory, the Subaru badge, it's blacked out. We do have backup sensors integrated into the rear bumper. They'll actually apply the brakes if things are gonna hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. It's called rear assist braking. It's terrifying when it goes off, but it's amazing. It doesn't hit, you don't hit anything. We've got a hexagon with an exhaust cutout, got another hexagon. Consistent design language for sure. New for 25, kick liftgate. You have to have the key on, you have to sense the key moving away after the kick, and it opens. You can also do the same thing to close it, which is nice. And we get this large boxy storage area. With the square rear end on these, you get exactly what you'd expect for storage, a ton of it. Tall, wide, and deep, lots of room for luggage, sports equipment, the like. We have this privacy cover, hides everything from the top of the seats down, keeps things out of sight, out of mind. This is easy to remove. And this piece here is flexible. I get asked about that. It's because these second row seats can be reclined. And if this bar was up here, they couldn't recline because it's physical. But yeah, you can just remove that or move it back and still recline. But yeah, this is just telescopic. And when you pull this out, you can actually tuck it underneath here. You can kind of see the slot that it's supposed to slide across. Underneath the false floor, we've got storage. That's a battery tray if you have to use a shorter battery, so you don't have to stretch the battery cables under the hood. Spare tire and tools. We've got grocery bag hooks. We do have grocery bag hooks on either side, 12-volt power point, but we have nice hard mount physical tie downs in the front and rear corners, make it really easy to secure awkward cargo. Now, I think I have the front seat leaned back too far, but you can fold the seats down from here. Give me a second, I'm gonna move those seats and I'll show you how much room you can get by doing that. So there's a ton of room when those seats are virtually flat. People car camp in these all the time. You've got tons of height. You've got even they call them grocery bag hooks. I probably wouldn't put any groceries there. They're only rated for 6 pounds, but you've got more hooks. You've got LED cargo light. You've got an LED cargo light in the hatch even. And Subaru has hidden little Easter eggs like that compass and your telescope, a bunch of other things, mountains, all throughout the vehicle. I think there's 9 different ones. Now to close it, I can pull down, I can close it, and if the vehicle's not running, I can lock and close it so I don't have to fish my keys out of my pocket and lock it, or use the app, or walk to the front and do it. But to close it, kick, back up, it's gonna beep 3 times, and then it closes. So after you've grabbed your cooler, your sports equipment, or whatever you have out and your hands are full, you don't need to set it down. Got roof rails with integrated tie downs, front and rear. You can get crossbars if you're gonna carry anything on the roof, black shark fin antenna, non-gloss. Second row, seats fold up really easy, and essentially if you see red, it's not locked. Can't see it, it's locked in place. Limited has the leather upholstered interior, a mix of perforated and non-perforated. We do have that blue contrast stitching. It's there, but it's subtle. It doesn't jump out. The camera's probably making it appear more than you actually see it. This side, same thing. Folds up, tons of headroom, lots of legroom. Taller people fit in here comfortably in the second row. When we go on test drives and I end up sitting in the back, I'm not uncomfortable, even with tall people ahead of me. We've got easy access to the latch system, the lower anchors and tethers for children. Now, I was initially concerned that these were gonna dig into your back or your butt while you're sitting on it. After many test drives, I can happily tell you that is not the case. They are recessed enough that your back does not touch it. Now, to recline them, simply pull, and I'm doing this with my elbow, but you're leaning and you can see it goes back. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like you're suddenly in a lazy boy, but it's enough someone may do it just so they can have a nap more comfortably. Pull it, and it comes back up. There's a fold down armrest with integrated cup holders if there's only 1 or 2 rear passengers. The outer 2 seats in the back are heated with high and low settings. Person in the middle, in addition to having to sit in the middle, unfortunately doesn't get a heated butt. We do have USBs for charging. There's no direct connection from here to the media screen. That's just charging only. Vents out of the center console heat up and cool down the second row more effectively. There are vents underneath the front seats facing rearward, but this definitely increases the airflow quite a bit. We have 3 map back pockets on the backs of both front seats. Storage is not a concern in these. And Subaru has done a nice textured step right here. Another Easter egg, Subaru stars. And they want you standing on that if you're loading something onto the roof, onto crossbars, because this is centered in the vehicle. The other reason is you're gonna get a lot of your foot on that. If you're standing on the tire actually sits inside the wheel well. You're gonna get less of your foot on that. And if I'm standing dead center at the back here and I go up, I'm right here. I'm right at the back. I'm right at the back, and if I'm loading something, I'm probably gonna end up leaning over, potentially putting myself in a precarious situation, off balance from the tire, and Subaru doesn't want that. Subaru's all about safety, and they're just trying to eliminate any potential chances of you injuring yourself. Now, the other part is this little black slot. I get asked about this all the time, more so on lighter color vehicles because it stands out versus on darker colors, but that is what this extra side impact crash safety bar, that metal eye, that silver eye, locks into, and that is designed to stop intrusion into the passenger cab in the event of a side collision, which I hope none of you ever have experienced. But again, Subaru's all about safety, very high safety ratings. Hopefully none of you ever need to experience that. But yeah, child lock, easy to access if you need it. Something else they changed on the 25s versus the previous gens, these third windows are significantly larger than the previous gens, so shoulder checking. There was virtually no blind spots before. Now, it's even less. We do have a proximity key, so to lock, as long as the key's on your person within 46 inches of the front driver, front passenger handle, simply touch the lines, it locks. There's a small audible cue, and your hazards will flash. So same thing, to unlock, so long as the key is within 46 inches, put my hand in the handle, you can see, and it's unlocked. Now from factory, it does default just unlock the driver door. You can change it in the programming to unlock all of them if you want. If you grab the passenger door handle from the outside, all of the doors unlock regardless. We have a soft touch door card, a soft touch armrest, 2 position memory settings for your power driver mirror, well, your passenger mirror too, and your power driver seat. And so it's great if you have drivers of varying heights, leg, arm lengths who sit completely differently, or there's 2 regular drivers. Below that, we've got 2 front auto windows. So that's 1 touch. There's actually 2 little slots, 2 pushes, 1 and 2 for both. Regular power windows for the rear. And we do have window lock if you want to stop people from playing with their windows. A little bit more storage than the rear door card and a more easily accessible bottle holder. Like I said, it is a power driver seat. the leather upholstered interior up front. And these seats are specially designed for long distance travel. So Subaru's made it so you get less vibration and harshness transmitted through the seat from the road, through the tires. You get less of that through here. So that results in less fatigue for both the front driver, front passenger. And that means you're going to be more refreshed after a drive of any magnitude. And that results in less accidents because you're more alert. We've got some buttons by the driver's left knee. We can open the rear hatch. We've got a scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges. And if you didn't want the kick gate sensor working for some reason, that's how you turn it off. So right now, I don't know if you can see it. You can see the white. If I push it in, you can't see the white. That means it's turned off. So if you can see the white, it's active. It is push button start. So foot on the brake, light goes green. So long as the key's in the vehicle. If my foot's not on the brake, no green. It'll turn it to accessory and on. But like I can't drive anywhere. It hasn't actually started anything. Foot on the brake. Everything comes to life. Now, I don't know if you noticed it or if the camera picked it up, but we do have little LEDs that flash on the windscreen there. That's part of the EyeSight safety system, and each light means something different. I will put a video going over the differences and what those mean in this video description. It's very handy to know. Now, it is running on the steering wheel, leather wrapped, gray contrast stitching, not blue, which I think is kind of odd considering even the front seat contrast stitching is blue. I think they should have tied that together. Not a big deal. It is heated. Little faint orange light indicates that it's active. Now, it does not heat between the seams up here. It just heats everywhere where you're supposed to keep your hand. So, 10 and 2 sort of deal, Subaru safety. Left-hand side, we have Bluetooth and audio controls. You can make and take calls, hang up or decline calls, issue voice commands, or access Google Assistant or Siri through wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You can switch music source from AM to FM to USB to Bluetooth, switch between presets. Volume is left to right now. This little toggle used to be volume, but now that changed to a little information screen here. So right now, saying we're getting absolutely terrible fuel economy because we're sitting here with it running. Compass, navigation, destination, what you're listening to, outside temp, thermometer. It gives you a bunch of different things. So it depends what you want to look at. Now, on our side mirrors, we have the little nub right there. That is your blind spot detection indicator. So you have one on both front mirrors and it illuminates like so, orange, on the corresponding side when someone is in your blind spot or is going to be in your blind spot momentarily. Now, Subaru's done something smart. They put it on the side of the housing, not on the mirror face. It's got a black backdrop to see. So it's not as bright on the camera as it is in person. Once you know it's there, you pick it up with your peripherals quite quickly. It's nice. Now, right-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our adaptive cruise and we have our lane centering. So both of these systems use these 3 black boxes, these color stereo EyeSight cameras. They scan the road ahead. They look for cyclists, road lines, pedestrians, and other vehicles. And they do adaptive cruise, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, all the safety stuff incorporates all the forward safety stuff incorporates these camera boxes. This new one, this third one, increases the field of view from left to right. And actually, speaking of field of view, shoulder checking, it's virtually no blind spots. It's absolutely fantastic. Of course, that's going to depend how you sit. That's a big part of that. But when I turn on cruise, I get an image of the Forester. You're going to notice that there's 4 bars there. Now, if we want to follow closer, we can press down and decrease the bars. The bars indicate how far behind the vehicle ahead of you you will follow at if you catch up while using cruise control. 4 bars at 100 kilometers an hour. So when I set my cruise, I simply get to the speed I want, I pull down, and these 3 horizontal lines change to whatever speed I've set. 100 kilometers an hour, you will follow the vehicle ahead of you at a distance of between 150 to 180 feet. So a good safe distance. If you need to follow closer because you're in a more urban area, metro area, you can decrease that. So if you catch up to someone, they're going 100, you'll slow down to 100. They slow down to 70, you'll get a little closer, slow down to 70. Same thing to 50. And as they take off and speed up, you'll speed up to your maximum. This is lane centering. So when I turn that on, you get the image of the hands and the steering wheel. Now we have those gray lines on either side of the Forester and the distance markers. Above 60 kilometers an hour, if these EyeSight cameras can see the road lines, whether it's left or right, white or yellow, it will illuminate white on the corresponding side. When you pair that with the cruise, it'll give you lane centering, and that will actually give you gentle steering input to keep you centered in your lane. Absolutely fantastic. It's easy to overpower if you ever have to dodge a pedestrian, a moose, a deer, another vehicle, something like that, but it is fantastic. It is not hands-free driving. This car will actually bring you to a stop if your hands are not on the wheel for long enough. I do have a video going over emergency stop assist as well. I'll include that in the video description for you to check out as well. So this is more of a highway thing, definitely not in the city. We've got intelligent and sport drive modes. So you can see down in the bottom left, it says P for park. To the right of that, it says I for intelligent. We've got sport drive mode, which is the yellow line, a little bit more aggressive. You're gonna sit at a higher RPMs, you're gonna go faster sooner, you're more in the power band, you're gonna use a little bit more fuel, but it's for more spirited driving, which it is fun. Now, we do have paddle shifters, up and down shift, so we can manually select our own gears, even with the automatic CVT. Great for going down hills, you don't have to ride the brakes as much. Steering column adjustment is both tilt and telescopic, so depending how you like to sit, it's perfect. I don't like sitting with my arms out stretched like a race car driver, so having it closer to me, much more comfortable for me. We have our infotainment screen, and above that, I don't know if you saw it, there was a little red light there. So that's an infrared camera. That is the driver focus system, and it will scan your face, and you can register yourself in the system. It will do your memory settings from your face, or this will tell you if you're distracted or drowsy. It'll tell you if you're paying attention to the road. Now, that is a system you can turn off. It is not a huge fan of excessively polarized sunglasses, so it can be a little annoying sometimes. That is what this little green square with the eye in the middle of it is. Now, this has the transit plastic on it, so that feels good. So main portion of the screens, there's three. We've got top portion here. It gives us things like what we're listening to, navigation destination. So if I set a destination on the nav and then I go to the radio screen, it'll tell me up here, turn right 200 meters on Queensway or whatever. Widgets, gauges, which you can change around. And if any of you have watched any of my other videos, you know I do the same ones every time because they're the ones that people generally like. Weather's part of your satellite radio trial, and this is where you gain access to dual function X mode, which is like 4 low in a pickup. It works of up to speeds up to 40 kilometers an hour, and it locks the all-wheel drive 50-50. Very capable vehicle, becomes even more capable off-road with X mode. This is our 4-way flashers. They just don't peel the sticker off. It's easy enough to do. Main portion of the screen, map, powered by TomTom. No subscription, you've got this for the life of the vehicle. You can go full screen with it. Home button always takes you home. Radio, media, and phone are pretty self-explanatory. Radio is AM, FM, Sirius XM. Media is anything not in the car, so Bluetooth, auxiliary, USB, etc. Phone allows you to hook your phones up. We're not going to do that. Under apps, we have wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, and you gain access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle is registered in your name. And that's an app you can download, and you set it up. You can remote start it from your phone. You can lock and unlock doors. You can diagnose check engine lights within reason. There's lots of things you can do. Car info, you can set maintenance reminders. There's a second screen. You can add additional shortcuts if there's somewhere in here. Vehicle dynamics control is traction control. You can disable that if you needed to for some reason. Physical volume and tuning knobs are nice to have. And then down here, we've got the home button. You can disable auto start stop. I know a lot of people don't like that. I don't even notice it now myself. Auto vehicle hold is a brake holder. For construction, drive through a rush hour traffic, you get that little green AVH. If you're driving along, you come to a stop and that starts blinking, you can take your foot off the brake and it will continue to hold the brake for you. Then you just tap the gas and off you go. We've got vehicle controls, driving assistance. You can adjust the speed at which you return to your cruise speed when you get out from behind someone. You can change it to miles per gallon if you travel in the States. Then we've got our climate control. So it is dual zone. Physical buttons on either side go up or down in 0.5 degree increments, or we can simply touch the screen. Touch, drag, sync, control where you want your airflow being directed, if you want AC, max AC on, really easy to do. We've got some big fan strength buttons that are hard to miss. And we have 3 stages of heated seats for both the driver and passenger. So you can choose high, medium, low, off, or if you just want your heated seat off altogether, just press and hold for a second, let go, off it goes. When you put it in reverse, backup camera pops up, rear assist braking's on, parking sensors are on, shows you the top of the bumper there so you have something to relate to. And those orange lines move and show you where you're going to end up if you keep the wheel turned that way. Now, my favorite part about it is you can clean the backup camera from inside the vehicle. Now, it's not perfect. It's not like having windshield wipers on the front, but it works perfectly well to get dirt and snow and grime off your backup camera after a long highway trip. It's pretty nice. Below that, you've got 2 USBs, an auxiliary, and a wireless charger. This is a 10-watt wireless charger. Your phone is going to get a little warm using that. That is normal. If you don't want it charging, turn it off. Simple. I like what they've done with the transmission tunnel here. It's soft touch, semi-soft touch. So if you're resting your leg against it, it's likely to be less sore at the end of the day, which is nice. Automatic CVT. I really like this drive selector. I know that's kind of something silly to focus on. Feels good ergonomically in the hand. Pull it towards yourself. You're in full manual mode. And you can see it says I'm in first. Now I'm in second because I hit this right paddle. If I hit the left paddle, I'm down to first. It's not going to let you start in like sixth. So you are kind of speed limited for the gear. Park brake, you pull up to activate. If your foot's on the brake and you push down, the light goes off. My foot's not on the brake. And it actually tells me to press the brake pedal. So foot on brake, push down, off it goes. Cup holders are easy to access. They're offset, which is nice. There's 12-volt power point. There is a little bit of storage in here. It does have a rubberized bottom. And then we have a soft touch armrest. Decent amount of storage in there. There is a place to run cords out of if you're putting like a power bank or something in there. The dash, more texture, hexagonal texture, and it is soft touch, which is nice. Wipers in the Limited, you've got auto wipers, so pictogram. I get asked about the pictograms quite a bit, what they indicate. So one down is auto. And if water gets in front of the cameras and it refracts the light, it senses that and it'll set the wiper. So right now I've got it on auto. It's not doing anything because it's not wet out, which is nice. Nice little pieces of trim around here. Something I didn't mention, the passenger seat in the Limited, I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to see it, is power. You can see the switch there. So this is the first trim level where you get a power passenger seat, which is nice. And it is height adjustable as well. One of those Easter eggs, soaring bird. My favorite feature in any vehicle is an auto dimming rearview mirror, which this has. There's no switch to flick. If anyone has their brights on behind you, it just dims. Your side mirrors are also auto dimming, which is really nice. So you're not getting blinded from here. You're not getting blinded from your side mirrors when someone has their high beams on. There's an integrated compass, and we do have the HomeLink system. You can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror, so you don't have to carry a bulky visor opener with you all the time. It's fantastic. Got our sliding sunroof control, our LED map lights, SOS and roadside. That's part of the My Subaru Connected Services trial. So you'll get a little green light when that's enabled. SOS gets you help, that gets you roadside. Sunglass storage. It is lined, which is nice. And then we have card holders on our sun visors, vanity mirror with light, and we have extenders. So if the sun's directly at your left or at your passenger's right, you can block it. And then this is a manual shade. If you open the glass, it'll drag it back. And if you close the glass, it'll drag that with it. But it extends well into the second row and really opens it up. That is a quick walkthrough of the 2025 Subaru Forester Limited in the crystal white pearl. So for all intents and purposes, a fully loaded Forester, mid-size crossover / SUV from Subaru. It's powered by a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine, 180 horsepower, good fuel economy. All-wheel drive is the best all-wheel drive system in the world. Tons of passenger and storage room. Thank you for sticking with me and watching my walkthrough of the Forester Limited behind me here. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Print Storage. If you guys have any questions about this car behind me, any of the tech in it, something in the Subaru lineup, please put it in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. And if you're in British Columbia or willing to make the trip to northern British Columbia to pick up a Subaru, please reach out to me directly. I would love to help you find your perfect Subaru. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk soon.